I found a need here this fall for some saucers, so I decided to make some saucers for my mum pots. I'm keeping them in the same container they came from the nursery, but I want a pretty pot to put them in that'll look nice and fallish. So I found a nice deep bowl that suits the size. So we're going to make two matching or semi-matching. For each bowl, I used 1 gallon of cement, 1 gallon peat moss, 1 gallon of vermiculite. I'm making the second bowl, and you can see how I'm just taking big lumps of my Hypertufa material and I'm pressing them up along the sides. That's how I build my sides. And while I'm pressing the material up, I kind of pull my plastic so that I get the stretch striations, but not necessarily any folds. And I just keep going around and around the whole bowl until we're completely covered. And you see how that's turning out around the edges. I've mostly got this pressed around. As you can see, I'm filthy, but now we're just going to finesse all these edges. And let me test my center. I have this trash can to be my center insert to be sure my pot will fit. So I'm just going to press it down in there. I want to make sure I have it level. And then I'll just kind of give it a twist and pull it back out. And we can see that I can see kind of the little shelf that it came up on. So let me try to press that in so that we can get a little bit more depth. Now I'm going to test that one more time. I've got it mostly finished on the outside. A couple little larger sticks, and I like to remove those larger sticks. But then let me put this in, press it down inside, and make sure I've got a nice deep container. And you can see, you can kind of check your edges to be sure that you're getting something real nice and uniform. Now let me pull that back out. And you can see my inside. Okay. Okay, we've got the bucket firmly inside to keep our shape of the size of the well that we want in this pot. And then I can just go around and take a little extra to be sure that I have a nice even top. Sometimes I worry about the top being even. Other times, you know, it can be rustic and it doesn't matter if it's not real even. But just for demonstration purposes, I'll just try to press this in evenly all around the outside. Now this is of course what I can use a rasp to remove at the end when we come upon all the sharp edges. because I don't want sharp edges that will break off and cause any kind of a problem. Now, once I've got it shaped like I want, I'm just going to use these parts of my liner to fold it in all the way around, and that will create my little humidity tent for my first cure. So you can see how that seals all around there. You've got it fairly flat and nice. And then I just take this and put it right back down in the middle. Now you can see how nice that will contain all my pot as it sits and cures. Now this is my first pot that I made. It's dried enough that I can go ahead and paint it. So I've put my stain. I used a black cherry. Now it won't be this dark when it dries. Mostly you can see the purple cast to it. It will sink down into the little creases and crevices, so make dark striations just to give it that cool look that I like. You may like something different, but this is what I like. So I'm looking for this to kind of be a wooden look almost, with this cherry stain just sinking into the cracks. I'm even wiping some off the outside so that it won't entirely be all over the outside, because that's not the look I'm going for. But you might want something different. You might even want yours bright colors to match your flowers. So just do what you want. After all, each of these can be unique to what you prefer. Okay, so we've let it set for 2 days, and I'm ready to pull it the pot out of its planter. So first of all, let me twist the bucket out.
How are you going to get this out?
I'm going to get it out.
You're going to get this out.
It's in there pretty tight. There it
comes.
comes.
There we go.
See? Here we go.
Yes! Yes! Yay, thumbs up. What?
That's my grandson Jacob. He's 13. He's helping me film some of this. I had to caution him not to be so loud next to the microphone. Okay, we're going to take it out of its bucket. Got to twist this and get it loose. So there we come. And we can see our nice edges. So just peel back the insides, and there's our pot. Looks really good. Okay, now I'm going to upend it to get it out. There we go. There it comes. This one's a little hard to get out. Okay, I've got it all ripped away, having a little bit of difficulty getting it off, but I've hit like this to knock the bottom, and I finally got it to drop through. So there we go. Now, let me just unpeel plastic. And there we go. Here is the pot. Now it's still a little bit green, but you can see how nice it's turned out. The flare of the edges that match the flare of the big pot. Okay, and then all I'm going to do with this is grab a rasp again and get the edges of the pot. Get the edges of the pot all around here. Now back up some.
That's cool.
Okay, so we've got this. We're going to paint it up just like the other one. And it will be ready to put outside with the mums. I think that looks good. He's fairly level on the top. I think I got him a little more level than the other one. But I think he looks really good. So, let me just spread out some paper. We'll get him painted like the other one. And we're done with him. I've got the two pots here that we've made to be almost alike. At least as close as I can get them. Let's see if I can do this. See, they're in the original pot where it comes from the nursery. And then we've got the pot all ready to put them in. So all I do is just set them down in there. And then of course adjust the prettiest side where you want it. And there you go. So I'm really liking the way that looks. I think that'll work really fine.